Ever been to a friendly church picnic? Now picture someone handing out cups of fruit punch. Except the fruit punch is laced with cyanide. Sounds impossible, right? Well, at Jonestown in 1978, 918 Americans drank poison Kool-Aid. Yep, real people, gone before sunset. Makes you wonder, what would you do if you realized you'd accidentally signed up for something like that? Trust me, it gets worse. Think your family reunions are messy? Hold my Kool-Aid. Why are cults so damn terrifying? The thing is, they always start with promises of salvation, community, and purpose, then use slow psychological pressure to twist that trust into control. Think of cults like a self-help seminar that mutated into a horror franchise. Today we're visiting the weirdest, darkest, and deadliest groups ever formed, starting from creepy to utterly horrifying, so you might question the sanity of these individuals. Anyways, grab something comforting, maybe not Kool-Aid. Cult number 1. Love Has Won, 2012 to 2021. Meet Amy Carlson, aka Mother God. She claimed she was the reincarnation of Jesus and Marilyn Monroe. She promised miracles. Her tiny group believed her. They believed she could cure cancer, talk to aliens, and rearrange the cosmos. All you had to do was follow her completely. No questions, no doubts. Carlson isolated her few dozen followers with threats and manipulation. Then, in 2021, police walked into a Colorado home and found Carlson mummified, wrapped in Christmas lights, eyes painted with glitter like some unsettling holiday decoration. Followers were charged with child abuse and corpse abuse. Mother God didn't save the world. She couldn't even save herself. If this cult feels wild, buckle up. They only get worse from here. Cult number 2. NXIVM, 1998 to 2018. Imagine being invited to a high-end self-improvement retreat. Empowerment, growth, and networking. A $5,000 ticket to the best version of you. Then the best version of you turns out to be branded with a hot iron. Keith Raniere built NXIVM like a corporate religion philosophy for executives and yoga vibes for suburban moms. Even actress Allison Mack signed on. But behind the curtain was the inner circle Dominus Obsequious Sororium, DOS, a secret sisterhood where women were starved, controlled, blackmailed, and branded with Raniere's initials. In 2019, Raniere was convicted of racketeering, sex trafficking, and more. He's now serving a 120-year sentence. Imagine showing up for a motivational seminar and walking out with a scar shaped like your guru's ego. I mean, who doesn't love an inspirational seminar that ends with a branding iron, right? Talk about toxic empowerment. If you think NXIVM was twisted, the next one takes that darkness and buries it deep. Cult number 3, Children of God, 1968 to present. The name sounds wholesome. The reality, anything but. David Berg, or you could call him Moses David, founded this cult during the hippie era. At first it looked like spiritual free love. Then it swerved straight into systematic abuse. Women were told to recruit men through sex, something they called flirty fishing. Berg even pushed the idea that girls could have children by about 12. Yes, you heard that right. Survivors recount horrific punishments for resisting Berg's incest-praising rules: beatings, starvation, and isolation. Actors Joaquin Phoenix and Rose McGowan grew up in this group. McGowan's father fled the moment he realized what was really happening. It didn't end in an explosion or mass suicide, but its damage is quieter and lifelong. Still, think it can't get darker? Cult number 4, the Narco Satanists, 1989. This is where the story takes a hard left into nightmare territory with the name. Adolfo de Jesus Constanzo. Adolfo combined drug smuggling and Satanism, styling himself a witch doctor who promised protection to drug lords through occult rituals. He blended Santeria, black magic, and criminal enterprise into a stew of chaos. Victims were kidnapped, tortured, and dismembered. When American student Mark Kilroy went missing, the investigation exposed a ranch filled with human remains and ritual pots. Some bodies were still warm. Constanzo ended his own life when police closed in, shouting "Kill me" to a follower. A cult where murder was both ritual and business plan. like a demonic subscription service no one asked for. But the real nightmare wasn't even the worst cult of the decade. Next up, the granddaddy of murder cults. Cult number 5. The Manson family, 1960s. Ever see a guy preach peace and then plan a massacre? Yeah, neither had I, until Charles Manson. Manson led a hippie commune and preached helter-skelter, a twisted race war prophecy. He cast himself as a Christ figure and read Beatles lyrics as divine prophecy. In 1969, Manson ordered his followers to brutally murder 9 people, including actress Sharon Tate. Manson never personally stabbed anyone. He didn't need to. His influence did the killing. He used teenagers for the dirty job. Shocking, right? A musician who couldn't write a hit song managed to orchestrate a massacre. And yet, even this is not as deadly as what's coming. Cult number 6. AUM Shinrikyo, 1980s to 2000s. Doomsday meets chemistry class. Shoko Asahara built Aum Shinrikyo as a twisted blend of Buddhism, sci-fi, and apocalypse hype. 10,000 members, weapons labs, sarin gas stockpiles. In 1995, they carried out one of the worst terrorist attacks in modern history, releasing sarin on the Tokyo subway during rush hour. 13 dead, 6,000 injured. These guys made real-life doomsday stuff. Subway commute took on a whole new meaning. Asahara was executed in 2018, but splinter groups remain. This is a cult that literally tried to speedrun Armageddon. Now, imagine that chaos on your doorstep. Cult number 7, Branch Davidians, 1993. David Koresh was believed to be the Lamb of God. He preached end-times prophecy, gathered followers, stockpiled weapons, and took multiple wives, including minors. In 1993, the ATF attempted a raid at his compound near Waco, Texas. It turned into a gunfight. The area was kept under a 51-day siege. Tanks rolled in. Tear gas filled the air. And on April 19th, the compound burst into flames. 82 people died, 25 of them children. To this day, no one can fully agree on who caused the fire, but the tragedy is undeniable, and somehow, the next group dwarfs even that. Cult number 8, Heaven's Gate, 1970s to 1997. Marshall Applewhite was a sci-fi protagonist and also a preacher. He told his followers that the Earth was about to be wiped clean, and the only way to escape was to join him on a spacecraft trailing the Hale-Bopp comet. He told them that they needed to leave their bodies behind in order to escape the Earth. This was how 39 members died by poisoning in a quiet California mansion. Identical outfits, identical bunk beds, Nike decades lined up in rows. They even recorded farewell videos before their departure from the Earth. Cult number 9, People's Temple, Jonestown, 1978. Jim Jones is another preacher that promised equality, community, and belonging to his followers. He built a utopia in the Guyanese jungle, which he called Jonestown. But it was a prison disguised as paradise. Armed guards, forced labor, no communication with the outside world. When U.S. Congressman Leo Ryan visited to investigate, he was murdered on the airstrip. Jones panicked because he knew America would retaliate, so he ordered what he called revolutionary suicide. Parents fed cyanide to their children first, then themselves. 918 dead. Bodies filled the place like toppled dominoes. A scene so shocking, even rescuers struggled to comprehend it. And believe it or not, one more cult beats even Jonestown's horrific numbers. Cult number 10, Movement for the Restoration of the Ten Commandments, Uganda, 2000. Credonia Mwerinde and Joseph Kibwetere claimed to speak for the Virgin Mary. Rules were strict. No sex, no soap, no talking, no joy of any kind. The world, they said, would end in 1999. When it didn't, members demanded answers. The prophets responded by locking hundreds of followers inside a church, boarding up the exits, and setting it ablaze. Over 530 people died in the fire. Hundreds more bodies were found buried around the property. Total confirmed deaths was 924. A mass murder disguised as religious devotion. Jonestown shocked the world, but this cult surpassed it. Looking back on what we've covered so far, Every cult starts the same way with promises, charismatic leaders, closed community, and a slow slide into obedience. It's easy to say, I'd never fall for that. But the truth? Many victims were smart, hopeful people looking for purpose. Cults don't target the weak, they target the humane. So pay attention, question everything. If someone showers you with affection, isolates you, demands loyalty, and cuts you off from the world, run. Because the next cult might be a click away. Hope this little tour didn't traumatize you too much. Which cult shocked you the most? Drop your pick in the comments. If you survived this journey, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next wild dive. See you in the next one.